Hello, this is Linda. Thanks for tuning into Pollymetrics. Today we're going to look at the face of world leaders. What is unique about humans? We approach thinking differently, our ambitions and desires are different. We vary in levels of stamina and morality. Pollymetrics is not a scientific model, it is an observation model. This presentation focuses on face shapes and behaviours correlating with face zones. Observations from Aristotle to Ekman have assisted judges and investigators in identifying traits in criminal law courts. Similarly, decision-making in the boardroom may also generate more diverse opportunities. Imagine if we divide the body into three regions. The upper body being the brain, how we think and approach life. The middle section representing all of our organs, how we feel and our emotions. And the base representing our physical strength, agility or stamina. The designer life starts with how we think. How we think creates our feelings. How we feel causes us to do things in a certain way. This certain way develops habits, and our habits determine our destiny. It starts with geometric shapes, or a hybrid of shapes. Starting with the USA, Obama has a broad brow and narrow chin, fiery, likes to take control, and is precise with words. At first glance, a triangle is obvious, and then a diamond is more apparent, and perhaps a trapezoid is also a possibility. All are broad at the forehead and narrow at the chin. Notice his narrow chin, and also the upper part of his forehead is narrow, then broader at the brow and cheekbone level, just like a diamond shape. In terms of dominant proportions, both the forehead and the chin area seem to be larger than the middle section, which is emotions. He has high intellect and flexibility. Obama is not set in cement, nor is he stubborn. Obama's profile is straight. The line between the forehead and the chin is directly upright. He has a sloped jaw, around 50 degrees. It's not as strong as someone with an angular jaw. This feature is considered to be weak-willed. Notice the dotted line on top of his head. It slightly slopes backwards. This just means he's slow on the uptake and he'll wait until he's ready to make his move. He doesn't have a long forehead that slopes back or a large hooked nose and a receding chin, so it's very gentle convex. So putting it all together, his front contour is fairly straight, which means he's consistent and balanced. Hillary perhaps is experiencing a morph adjustment between a lozenge and a square. She is decisive, intelligent, strong-willed, balanced and dominating, but also social constructs of love and acceptance are present. Notice the cheekbones. She is an adventurer and a risk-taker. Although well balanced between her intellect, emotions and physical world, if we consider her dominant high cheekbones, eyes and nose, there is perhaps more weighting here. As we know, she has an appetite for ambition. Hillary's forehead, brow and chin are in alignment, showing stability and consistency. Although a sloping forehead indicating a quick thinker, her chin is not receding but strong and determined. She has a very strong jawline, around 70 degrees. She is very strong-willed and has a strong moral system, also signs of being stubborn. Notice the dotted line above her head. This isn't sloping forward or backward, she's level-headed. Hillary's a soft convex. She doesn't have a receding chin. To sum up, Hillary has a strong jaw, high stamina, a strong will and moral system, stable and consistent, level-headed. Bernie's face shape is a hexagon. He's successful in business, loyal and a caretaker. The most dominant area of his face is his jawline and chin. Bernie has a straight line between his brow and his chin, although his forehead slopes back, making him a quick thinker. He has a strong jawline between 60 and 65 degrees. He has high stamina and a strong moral system. The dotted line above his head, sloping backwards and upwards, indicates he's ready for action, he's not waiting around. Bernie's lower lip protrudes. This means he is talented and satirical. Trump is a rectangle. They are intelligent, active and hard-working and tend to dominate. They often get their way in politics, business and sport. The dominant zone is the jaw and chin. They have high stamina, strong moral systems and stubborn. The two vertical lines between the eyebrows shows that Trump is willing to listen to other people's opinions. Trump's profile is straight between the brow and the chin. He has a sloped forehead, a strong jaw with high stamina, protruding chin followed by a fleshy double chin, demonstrating that he can travel the distance. His chin juts out and his forehead slopes backward, showing that he is a quick thinker with strength and determination. Trump has a strong jaw of around 65 to 70 degrees. Trump's eyebrows have an interesting profile. They're not exactly bushy, but they stand out. They stick straight directly out like little antennas. It's like Trump has his own little radar system. This could be useful for identifying problems in advance so that he can mitigate the risks. The forehead maps out how we approach life, how we think, and our mental capabilities. Identify which lobe is protruding. Is it the lower lobe, the middle lobe, or the upper lobe? Donald and Hillary have similar foreheads. They both slope backwards. This means that they are quick decision makers, and even though they do make mistakes and have to mop up later, many of them are very successful. This is an active trait rather than a passive trait. Bernie and Barack both have similar foreheads, although Bernie's does slope back slightly even though he does have a high lobe. Barack goes straight up. This means that he's a linear process thinker. This is a passive trait rather than an active trait. Mapping the frontal view of the forehead indicates whether they are broad-minded or narrow-minded. Both Trump and Obama have an M-shaped hairline. This indicates that they both have a touch of vanity. They also share the temple peak. This means that they've had conditioning in their childhood. It could be strict schooling or religious instruction. Hillary has a round forehead with little childhood conditioning, open-minded. Bernie is a tapered forehead, very wide, lateral thinker and impulsive. It also appears that he had an open childhood. Brow lines are created by your thoughts. Trump has double lines. He's open to other people's opinions. Hillary has 3 lines, 3 vertical lines. She's a perfectionist. Bernie has 2 lines converging into one. He's egocentric and now thinks about his own ideas rather than being open to other people's ideas. Obama also weighs up both sides and listens to others. Eyebrows, the organisation of thoughts. An example of 2 extreme angles, sloping sharply up, is left brain, analytical, also sloping down, right brain, emotional. Trump is 70% analytical and 30% emotional. His brow hairs stand up, that means he's spotting problems in advance. Bernie is 55% analytical, 45% emotional. He has winged brows starting thick and ending thin, leaving others to finish his work. Earlier he had straight eyebrows, so he's morphed into an angled brow. Hillary has a round brow. Her decisions are made around people. They're evenly spread, understands the whole concept, may be impatient with others who do not get it. Barack has straight eyebrows. Decisions are made directly and factually. He has thick brows, mentally active, and thinks continuously. The mouth reveals expression and sensuality. Trump has thin lips, selective, wants things to be done in a certain way. Hillary has normal lips, independence and confidence. Bernie has a protruding bottom lip. This reveals talent. He can also pick up on satire, cynicism and sarcasm. Obama has thick lips. He's talkative, very confident and pleasure-seeking. The jaw reveals our physical stamina. We have angled or sloped, wide or narrow. Trump has a strong jawline, strong moral system, stubborn, along with Bernie is similar, and also Hillary. Barack varies from the other three. He has a weak jawline, it's sloped, which means he's weak-willed and flexible. The chin reveals our determination. Trump has a wide, double and rounded chin. He's in the battlefield for the people, active, impatient, opinionated, fights for what he believes in, takes charge. Bernie has a broad, double, square chin with a split. He's in the battlefield for ideas, a challenger, a lawman, a debate lover, never gives up until he gets what he wants. Hillary has a wide, rounded chin. She's in the battlefield for the people, shows strength, determination and wisdom, prudence with material instinct. Barack has a narrow, long and square chin. He's in the battlefield for control, flexible, agile, creative, with a fiery temper. Thanks for tuning in to Pollymetrics. The next in our series will be the face of Europe.